the Frugal Hugel gardener. I'm standing here in front of my Mexican sunflower with my chainsaw, and I'm going to show you how I cut it down and make compost tea. I've been out here all morning taking my compost tea liquid fertilizer, and I put down probably about 600 or 800 gallons on all of my fruit and plants, fruit trees, banana plants, and so forth. And I need to fill up a couple more barrels so I could get it fermenting. So I want to show you how I do it. There's videos down below, but I'm doing another one. Why not? As you can see, I'm all soaking wet, plus I'm smelly. When you take that compost tea and you pour it out and you put it on the plant, sometimes it splatters back at your face, on your hat, on your clothes. And then the flies, I just put water on my face, the flies start attacking you because they smell it. So anyway, this is the last thing I'm going to do, and I'm going inside and shower and put these in the hamper. Matter of fact, forget about the hamper. These are going right in the washing machine because they reek. So anyway, as you can see, the Mexican sunflower grow 10 to 15 foot plus tall. They're non-invasive. They're clumping. You can see all mine are in clumps all the way around the property, and none of them ever spread out, so they're non-invasive. Right now, well, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to go around and show you the blossoms that are on it because they're on the sunny side. Most of the blossoms are facing where the sun comes up. So I'll show you what those look like. They seed, but when the seed go all over the place, they don't go ahead and grow. They're sterile. So the only way that you could plant these is to get a cut in, plant it, root it, have it grow. I started with everything that's on my property, and I've got a lot, with just about 2 or 3, I forget, 2 or 3 little cuttings. That's about it. I did a video on it. You got to search for it. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay, sometimes I take out my clipper. That works good. The machete does not work good because it shatters the top. But this does the best. And I cut it about 1 foot or so off the ground, all the way down. That way new growth, the green growth with the plants, you know, the leaves on it, works the best for making compost tea. This is we're in June now. I have not done, in the wintertime, these all died down. I trimmed them to the ground. This is all new growth, but we're in June. You're supposed to do it every 3 months, so I'm a little late. Better late than never. So let me get going. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. So I cut them down, and I have these long stalks with leaves on them. Okay, you could, I started out taking these leaves off like this and doing compost tea, putting them in the barrels. But I found out what works the best is put this in a big pile for about 2 days. All those leaves turn limp, and you can just take your hand and run it down, and they just fall right off. So instead of struggling like this, when it's fresh, I'd let them get limp. So let me show you what I did. Okay, using the chainsaw, I went ahead and cut this about a foot up off the ground level. Here's some cuttings right here. And I'm going to do all these right now like that. And I'm going to put them on the tractor and move them. Now, of course, if you don't have a tractor, you just take them and put them in a pile. Now, when these grow, you see the stalk? There's no leaves until the top. So what's going to happen with this right here where I cut it, you're going to get all new, smaller. You're going to get smaller cuttings coming out, and they're going to bush out. And that would be perfect. Every time they get about 3 foot tall, keep cutting them. But I have so many, it's hard to keep up with. So with my workload, I just tackle it whenever I can. So right now I got all these to do. I'm going to put them on the tractor. I'll show you how much I got on there as soon as I'm done. Whew, and I'm going to be ready to go in the house, so I'll get back to you. Okay, so I did that batch. You can see right here is the Mexican sunflower blossom. Here's a blossom that went ahead and shredded his petals. So basically in here, these seeds are going to dry out. Okay, it's too moist for me to go ahead and pull them apart, but those seeds are going to dry out. They're going to drop and fly all over. But since it's a sterile variety, they're not going to spread. They're not invasive. And so this is the batch I did. I'm going to set that down, and in about 2 days I'm going to come out here and strip all the leaves off and put them in some barrels. But right here, look at the bases. That's a clump, that's a clump, that's a clump, that's a clump. See the way the clumps are? Okay, so all these are clumps, and if you look around the clumps, there's nothing growing. So that's proof in itself that they're clumping, like clumping bamboo. If you get regular bamboo, they shoot out the shoots and grow all over the place. If you get regular Mexican sunflower, which doesn't have the same nutrients, the seeds float away, the birds take them and they grow all over. But these right here, they're clumping, they don't spread. And this is the type right here that you use for compost tea. So I still left that over there and some over there just for privacy to see in the back. Then I got this whole clump over here, which is as tall as that shed. I got these. And you can see the blossoms going all down over here, and then going down this whole row over there. You can see blossoms on the sunny side, and then I got those down over there, and you probably can't see them, but down there by the blue javas I got more. They got blossoms on them. So I got them spread out around the property, and the way I spread them out is basically when you cut these right here, see these stalks, you could just put them in the ground and they're going to grow. There's little nubs on them, and those nubs will turn into roots and then a plant. So let's look at these. So all these bottoms over here, You can see there's little roots coming out and these little nubs. If you cut it like this and stick it in the ground and water them, you got to keep them moist. If you don't keep them moist, forget it. See this one over here, you see these roots right here? Okay, this one here, if you put that in the ground, it's already rooted, it's going to start growing quick, and you can feel these nubs, those are roots coming out. And there's a lot more like that. So I could take these right now and cut off the stalks, the ends, and I could replant them and they'll grow. But I have so many that I don't need them right now. I'm just dealing with what I got. So I cut this clump. That's gonna fill up 3 barrels over there. And then when I come over here and use these 3, I'll cut another area. And then when that one's fermenting, I could cut another area, chop and drop it. You get the point. Around the sheds, I usually cut them down just to cut them down, and I chop and drop all those. Let me show you. Okay, so this whole area here, there's a shed back there, so you can hardly see it. So I cut those down. You can see where I cut them down last time. And then right over here on my ice cream banana plants, I chop and drop them. These were in here pretty thick, and you can kind of see, here's the latest I did. You can kind of see that it's been here a while. These are just so brittle, they just break down like that. The insides just fall apart. That's why they're good for chop and drop. And then those over there, I have comfrey Bakken 14 back in there, and other plants like elfin ears that like shade. So I planted those to give it shade, but after a while they get too tall. So I thinned those out a little bit to let a little bit of sun in there. But right now, being that it's summertime, the comfrey Bakken 14 is growing great because it's got shade. And we've been having rain, we got water. No matter how much shade or sun you give them, they want water. So if you look in here, see the comfrey Bakken 14s, you can see them growing in there. Come down this way. Same thing over here. You kind of see them back there growing, and that's shade, so I got elfin ears and stuff back there. So I utilize the Mexican sunflower for shade, for privacy, and for fertilizer, and for chop and drop. Okay, so hey, this is Sam, the Frugal Hugel Gardener. Hopefully you watched my fertilizing video. I have compost tea videos. I chop these down. I'm going to strip off the leaves in about 2 or 3 days. I'm going to stuff them in barrels, fill the barrels up with water. And when I put them in the barrels, I mean I stuff it to no more it could fit in there. And then I fill the barrel till it's overflowing. And maybe I'll do a little video on that again. But I got so many down below, it's redundant. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, this is Sam, the Frugal Hugel Gardener. Give me a like, give me a share. Come on over to my Facebook page. Come on over to my Facebook group. We would love to have you. Meanwhile, I'm hot. I'm sweaty, I'm smelly, I'm tired, I'm hungry. I'm going in the house to shower, throw these in the wash, and eat. Y'all have a good day.